CTV Edmonton, local breaking news with Evan Kenny.
She says she's for a sovereign Alberta within a united Canada. Those are meaningless words.
Alberta's NDP starts its own campaign to keep our province in Canada. Good evening. The opposition NDP is launching a pro-Canada campaign to mobilize Albertans ahead of a possible separation referendum. The petition for that referendum is in an Edmonton courtroom, which is determining whether it violates Indigenous treaty rights. CTV's Connor Hogg reports.
We are not sleepwalking into this referendum.
Alberta's NDP says it wants to speak to Albertans ahead of a provincial separation referendum.
We're not repeating the mistake of the people who thought Brexit would never pass. We're getting out there now, we're mobilizing people, we're showing them how and where and when to vote, and we're helping them talk to their neighbours.
NDP leader Naheed Nenshi says the new group is needed because of rules that may limit advertising by those behind the Forever Canadian petition.
Think of it as sort of going in the same direction in two separate canoes.
Thomas Lukazik says the two groups aren't related and likely wouldn't merge due to Forever Canadian's nonpartisan stance. He believes there's room for both.
I still would prefer if our MLAs, who swore a vote of allegiance to the Crown to be MLAs in the first place, vote on this issue. What's so difficult?
Speaking at Calgary's Rotary Club, Premier Danielle Smith says a government committee will determine what to do with the Forever Canadian signatures. She's also watching the pro-separation petition.
I hope that if we do end up having this question debated in October, that I'll be able to do some more convincing, because I think Canada is worth fighting for.
Meanwhile, the legal fight resumed in an Edmonton courtroom. Lawyers for an Alberta First Nation say the separation referendum devalues the treaty rights of Indigenous people. Provincial lawyers say citizen initiative petitions are policy development rather than legislation. Stay Free Alberta's Jeffrey Rath says the Referendum Act does not force the province to implement results, regardless of the outcome.
It's just a way for citizens to express their view on a policy that's different from government. My government policy is we support a sovereign Alberta within a united Canada.
She says she's for a sovereign Alberta within a united Canada. Those are meaningless words.
The judge is expected to make a decision on the potential pause of the separation petition tomorrow or early next week. Connor Hogg, CTV News, Edmonton.
A group of sports advocates is pushing Edmontonians to ask for more places to play. Demand for arenas, courts, pools, and pitches outpaces supply in Edmonton. Now, the city wants to know what people want ahead of this fall's budget. It held its first 3-hour session tonight. They are happening in every ward throughout April, intended to bring the public along in the budget process. Everything city-related is on the table, including recreation spaces. CTV's Jeremy Thompson reports.
Fresh from hosting another successful mini World Cup tournament, the Edmonton and District Soccer Association is looking ahead to a busy outdoor season for its adult leagues.
The numbers are up a little bit over last year, which means more challenges for us in terms of finding facilities and referees.
EDSA rents field time at this 13-pitch facility in the Northwest, but it's not enough. So the league has to book other fields, which are always in high demand, pushing games later and further away.
We've had to extend our season for some of our divisions well into September because we simply can't find enough fields from May to August.
Whether it's soccer pitches, ball diamonds, swimming pools, arenas, or courts, Sport Edmonton says demand is outpacing supply for all kinds of facilities. That's why the advocacy group asked its members to participate in the public consultation for the city's new budget process.
Investment in sport and recreation is an investment in Edmonton.
CEO Evan Dom says given the city's finances, the private sector will likely have to help build new facilities. He says privately run places like the Scottish Soccer Dome or Silent Ice Arena show it can be done.
That's a facility that I think is a good model, and there's some ways again to get creative with the funding. It's not going to be just the city of Edmonton stepping to the plate and saying we're going to build this facility on our own. That's not the solution long term.
Maybe they get a grant, but the city gets programming times.
Even if there's a way to pay for more facilities, they still take years to build. Councillor Aaron Paquette suggests existing city park space could be quickly turned into temporary sports fields, especially if it's underused, like the new Northeast River Valley Park.
Put in the lines, put in a few goalposts or things like that, and increase that capacity immediately.
Jeremy Thompson, CTV News, Edmonton.
This process is supposed to be building the city budget up from the studs to make sure Edmontonians are paying for exactly what they want to pay for. This is leading up to the budget talks in the fall that will be Edmonton's roadmap through 2030. The province is spending $22 million on measures it believes will strengthen school safety. It's part of the provincial government's response to February's deadly shooting in Tumbler Ridge, BC. Alberta's education minister previously ordered schools to do a safety audit. The province says the one-time grant of $20 million will be spent on upgrading security infrastructure. $2 million will be spent on safety training for school staff. The money will be distributed between school boards based on enrollment. Police are searching for a man who broke into a cigar shop in Leduc wearing a Spider-Man mask. Police say 2 weeks ago, a thief broke into the shop on 51st Street and 50th Avenue through the roof using the empty neighboring store. The security cameras and alarms were cut right after the person got inside. The store's owner believes $60,000 to $65,000 worth of cigars, vapes, and cigarettes were stolen. Cash from the register and a safe with a week's worth of money were also taken. The suspect was wearing a Spider-Man mask with a yellow jacket and gloves. Drivers say their complaints about a secondary highway northwest of Edmonton have been ignored for too long. An on-way woman who uses the road daily says the steep terrain mixed with the poor weather conditions is a recipe for disaster. CTV's Nerman Issa reports.
Even on a sunny day, Taylor Kesser is concerned about weather conditions.
Anytime it rains or there's melting or even icy road conditions, anytime I have to drive anywhere, take my son to preschool or go get groceries, I'm having to worry about their safety, unfortunately.
Kesser lives off this stretch of Highway 633 near the town of Onaway. A road sign warns drivers of its steep terrain, which causes visibility issues at the top. Certain weather conditions make a mess of the roads. The deep mud ruts even pushed our CTV vehicle further off the road, where we had to reverse to get back on track.
Even last spring, there was muddy conditions and I was unable to control my vehicle at the top of the hill, and on the way down, unfortunately, I did hit the ditch with my 17-day-old newborn.
Taylor says not only is she concerned about sliding into the ditch again, she's afraid that emergency vehicles will not be able to tackle that hill if she ever needed to call 911.
I have actually had quite a few close calls, unfortunately, with people that just maybe aren't paying enough close attention. You really have to be very cautious coming up and down the hill.
Kesser says she didn't realize how bad the road would be when she moved here 2 years ago. Her neighbor has known for decades.
And then they brought used gravel on it, put mud on it, and now there's just the new gravel they put on it is the mud. So you have to hit that bottom of the hill when it's bad at least 80 to 90 clicks.
Kesser has complained to her MLA and directly to Ledcor, the company that maintains the road. Just adding gravel isn't a solution for her.
It's just a temporary bandage fix, which has been done for years and years and years, and it's still bad.
The province's transportation department says it's aware of concerns and has assessed the area. It says a maintenance foreman is coordinating next steps. Naronisa, CTV News, Edmonton.
The insulin pump program is being expanded in Alberta to cover the cost of tubeless pumps. The Omnipod 5 continuously monitors blood sugar and automatically delivers insulin as needed. It costs more than $6,000 for the starter kit and monthly charges for the insulin. Now, patients can get one for free every 5 years. Albertans already using an Omnipod system may also be eligible to upgrade earlier through the manufacturer's upgrading program. More than 1.3 million Albertans live with diabetes. The Edmonton Oil Kings roster will look different next season with at least 6 players leaving. That includes defenseman Ethan McKenzie, who's going to play college hockey in North Dakota.
My mom's really happy about that. She always wanted me to go to school and kind of get an education. So, I'm super proud and honored that I've worked to get myself an opportunity to go play college, and lucky enough that it kind of fit me at the right time. But, you know, it's tough to say goodbye to Edmonton. This is my second home, my second family, so.
McKenzie played his final game with the team Monday when the Oil Kings lost Game 7 to the Saskatoon Blades in overtime. Despite being considered the favorites, the Oil Kings never led that first-round series. Oil Kings captain Gavin Hodnett just finished his 4th season with the team. He could potentially return as an overager.
Very honored to be a leader in this organization and to play for this organization for 4 years. And if I had the opportunity to do it again for my 5th, that would be absolutely an honor. And
right now, you know, lots of guys have decisions to make on what their future holds and what the summer is going to look like and heading into next year. And, you know, as a manager, it's, you know, right now players could be saying one thing and that could change by the time they're expected back August 24th.
During their 4 home playoff games, the Oil Kings welcomed an average of 5,200 fans per game. The Edmonton Oilers are getting closer to securing a playoff spot. Connor McDavid scored a hat-trick and assisted on the Oilers' other 2 goals during a 5-2 win in San Jose last night. Evan Bouchard picked up 2 assists, making him the 2nd defenseman in team history to surpass 90 points in a season. He currently has more points than any other blue liner in the league. The Oilers wrap up a 3-game road trip on Saturday afternoon against the LA Kings. Students at a West Edmonton school have discovered what life was like at the turn of the century. A time capsule was cracked open today. Among the items inside were video interviews with students about their dreams. As CTV's Amanda Anderson shows us, one well-known former student who achieved his dream was there.
We're at Good Shepherd School. This assembly at Good Shepherd Catholic Elementary is more than 2 decades in the making.
Thought this would be really neat to plan for the future, to put some everyday things into a box, stick it on a shelf here and wait 25 years, and I'm so glad it came to fruition. Nobody threw it out.
The contents of a time capsule from the year 2000 revealed for students present and past.
I was 8 years old, and I just wrote everything about me at the time, which was hilarious. And then I wrote everything that I thought I would be like in 25 years.
In the future, I predict that there will be cars without making one bit of pollution.
There was also a VHS tape of student interviews.
I would really like to be a doctor when I grow up.
This student may look familiar.
25 years from now, what would you like to be doing as a job?
Playing as a hockey player in the NHL.
A dream the grade 5 student achieved.
Pinching myself a little bit at this time because, you know, my whole life I was looking forward, and now it's nice to kind of take a look back at everything.
Retired NHL player, former Edmonton Oiler Tyler Ennis returned to his old school to surprise students at the assembly.
It was really cool just getting to see him and seeing what he was like when he was younger than my age.
I grew up across the field. I walked to school every day. I was a kid just like them around this neighborhood, and if you dream about something and you put in a lot of effort and work and time, that, you know, great things can happen.
What your favorite song would be?
Steal My Sunshine.
I don't mind that song actually, but my taste in music has changed a bit as I got older, but it wasn't the worst choice.
A day celebrating the past that left this student inspired for the future, with hopes of becoming the 2nd student from Good Shepherd to play in the NHL. Amanda Anderson, CTV News, Edmonton.
Coming up next, while Edmonton may not be hosting any FIFA World Cup games, the province will still be represented at the tournament. Also just ahead, why people within flag football believe the sport is blowing up.
The more you see something, the more you get interested in it. So I think it's definitely increasing curiosity about the sport.
Good evening, folks. More sunshine in the forecast for tomorrow and double-digit daytime highs Friday and Saturday. Then a chance of some flurries and a cool down for Sunday. Full forecast in a couple minutes.
Local flag football organizations say the fast-growing sport has seen an explosion of registrations for the upcoming season. They credit professional athletes and celebrities for helping it score a touchdown with all demographics.
Right there, run a double move. Let's see what he's got.
Here's Hurts, letting it go deep. Devontae Smith running under it. He's got it.
Hail Mary passes.
Little fake, Burrow. Nice cut.
Ankle-breaking moves.
Odell Beckham Jr.
And world-class athletes. It looks like the NFL football millions watch on Sundays, minus the big hits and huge recognition. But flag football is coming on strong.
Across the country, flag football is growing at a monumental level. We've seen participation grow by 100% every year.
Lori Ekdahl from NFL Flag Edmonton credits the growth in popularity in part to NFLers trying flag football. The dynamic sport will also make its Olympic debut in 2028.
The more you see something, the more you get interested in it. So I think it's definitely increasing curiosity about the sport.
We have almost 600 kids hitting the field this spring.
NFL Flag Edmonton isn't fumbling the opportunity. It's getting set to host its biggest tournament yet. 24 teams will play for a chance to go to nationals and possibly represent Canada internationally.
Somebody who doesn't have any experience in football, this is a really safe way to enter into the sport. You aren't worried about getting tackled.
The tournament has U10, 12, and 14 divisions, but adults can also play this spring by registering on the Edmonton Adult Flag Football League website.
There's always a space for everybody. That's always been the best part about football to me.
Players will hit the field in May. The Kinsman Center is hosting 300 swimmers from 6 countries for the 2026 Speedo Canadian Swimming Open. Senior athletes, including Olympians and Paralympians, are making a splash over the next 3 days. The meet dives into the long course season with races happening in 50-meter pools. It gives athletes the opportunity to compete with and understand their opponents. Organizers believe the Open is gaining international recognition with athletes from more countries entering.
It's really a dress rehearsal for the Los Angeles 2028 Olympic and Paralympic Games. So this is an important step. Most swimmers are going to do 1 or 2 big meets.
It's still kind of a training meet for us, but I still want to perform. I'm not taking it easy. So yeah, regular meet should be fun.
Swimmers compete until Saturday. Tickets are still available. Alberta will be represented on the referee roster at the Summers World Cup. Native Drew Fisher to the tournament's list of match officials. He's a 2-time Major League Soccer Referee of the Year and has Olympic experience. FIFA also named Michael Barwagon from Coaldale as an assistant referee. Canada co-hosts the World Cup with the United States and Mexico starting June 11th. The latest round of grants to make communities more resilient to extreme weather includes money for several projects in southern Alberta. Some funding will go to the Horsefly Spillway to help divert more water from the St. Mary River irrigation canal to the Oldman River. The municipal district of Pincher Creek will get money to improve the Terrio Dam Spillway and explore water efficiency to increase agricultural production. Funds will also help address drainage and overland flooding in the municipal district of Taber. This is the second year of a 5-year provincial plan to spend $125 million on drought and flood protection. The town of Sylvan Lake will remain a town for the foreseeable future. Town administration brought forward the idea of changing to city status about 4 years ago. A report to council earlier this week weighed the pros and cons. It ultimately concluded changing from a town to a city would be a strategic choice, not a response to service or funding gaps. Town council decided continuing as a town would best serve the people who live there for now. Still ahead, a preteen genius is sharing his love of science online.
Hey guys, Learning with Sean the Science Kid here, and have you ever wondered why we get paper cuts?
Friday on your morning, spring seems to have finally arrived. We're shaping up for a warm weekend that could enter double digits. We'll tell you everything you need to know to enjoy the weekend.
Your Morning Edmonton, weekdays.
Programming brought to you by James H. Brown Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters of injury law.
Welcome back. You've got this warm pocket of air just off to the west and southwest that will ripple through over the course of the next couple days, so it gets even warmer Friday and Saturday than it was today. It was a beautiful day today. Watch what happens, though, as we head into Sunday. Not really cold, but some cooler air starts to drop in. And the big story is that air is coming in aloft and at the surface. So, yeah, temperatures will go from about 10 or 11 degrees on Saturday to around 5 for a daytime high Sunday. And if we get any precipitation, probably flurries or light snow. It's looking less likely that we'll see heavy, significant snowfall this weekend in the Edmonton area, though. Northern Alberta, a little different story. You've got some flurries and light snow tomorrow morning across the northeast. Some heavier snow starting to push into parts of northwestern Alberta Friday afternoon. You'll see that spread all the way across through Friday night and through the day Saturday. Here's your warm push of air tomorrow. Lots of sunshine in the Edmonton region. And then as we make our way through Saturday, there's that snow. It is starting to track further to the east, and it looks like we could actually see anywhere between 5 and maybe as much as 15 centimeters of snow for some areas from just north of Peace River all the way east towards Fort McMurray. There you go. We were kind of delaying, waiting for the cloud cover to populate in there. We're still on the warm side of things on Saturday, but we will see some increased cloud cover here in the Edmonton area. And then here comes the cool down for Sunday, and that will drag at least a little bit of precipitation through the Edmonton area. So you get a chance of some wet flurries or a rain-snow mix Saturday evening, and then a chance of some scattered flurries or some light snow Sunday morning. Doesn't look like anything heavy, though. Northern Alberta and then through western and southwestern Alberta would be the best chances for some significant snow this weekend. -4 Fort McMurray, -6 in Grand Prairie, -4 through the Red Deer region. You get back to about 7 to 9 across the northeast with cloudy skies. 9 in Grand Prairie, but 14s. Edson, Hinton, Jasper, Red Deer areas. Here in Edmonton, we'll get to about 13 or 14 for a high. 11 on Saturday. Chance of that precipitation Saturday night. A few flurries on Sunday, high 5, and then back to double digits Monday, Tuesday. That is your forecast.
Country crooner Zach Top is extending his tour, adding Edmonton to his list of stops.
Talking about good time and tan lines, cold beer and summer nights. That was all there was to life.
The Cold Beer and Country Music Tour takes over Rogers Place July 16th. Top was recently named New Artist of the Year at the CMA Awards. Pre-sales for tickets start Wednesday. A young science enthusiast is inspiring people to be curious about their world. ABC's Danny New reports.
Hey guys, learning with Sean the Science Kid here, and have you ever wondered why we get paper cuts?
For Sean Adechobi of Georgia, he's pretty much always been old enough to teach adults about science.
So, Sean, how old are we now? 12?
Well, 11 going on 100.
You're 11 going on 100.
Over the past few years, Sean has picked up more than 1 million followers on social media while sharing his love of science.
Today you are going to learn about the heart.
Starting when he was around 5 years old.
Ever since I was a kid, I've been more in the biology sector, but now I'm shifting towards a mix of biology and physics.
Maybe not surprising to hear, but Sean is also a bit of a genius. This past year, this now 11-year-old skipped from 6th grade to 9th grade, which he and his mother Eunice do not seem surprised about.
At 3 years, he was 2nd grade level.
3 years old, he was 2nd grade level?
Yes. We got to know he could read at 9 months, so that's kind of where the journey started.
However, despite Sean's advanced intellect...
Did you know that you produce 1 to 2 liters of saliva daily?
He says it's very important to him to keep science accessible. He never wants to sound like...
Actually, I've made the most prestigious discovery in science ever. Instead of actually educating people, you're just bragging about your brain. This is your brain, and this is your heart.
So even with his increasing workload, Sean is continuing his mission to spread his love of science, with his sights set on reaching college by 13. Meanwhile, most of us have already long forgotten what we learned in high school.
What is the equation for kinetic energy?
K equals... Oh, boy.
Sean told me his dream school is Stanford, and he also told me our stomachs have a layer of mucus that replenishes itself every few days. Isn't learning fun? In New York, for ABC News,
I'm Danny New.
All right, that is all the time we have tonight. Thank you for tuning in, and have a good rest of your night.